be educated, but I'm so frustrated. Love, look at the two of us.
Yeah, man, that's your girl Karen Carpenter, For All We Know. What a great song that is, man. And thanks to my man Joe, we're going to get back into a version of it done by Tori Holub and Jim Wilkes. They're on the warpath doing their rendition of that song.
Love, look at the two of us.
All right, y'all. Tori and Jim are doing this song. We're going to take a look at it in a minute, but let's learn a little bit more about this song. It was originally written by Rob Royer and Jim Griffin of the group Bread. Y'all remember them? I Want to Make It With You. It was for the 1970 film Lovers and Other Strangers and won the Academy Award for Best Original Song in 1971. Richard Carpenter discovered the song while watching the movie on tour and felt it was perfect for the duo. So then the Carpenters released their own version in 1971 and it became a massive hit, peaking at number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100 and number 1 on the Easy Listening chart for 3 weeks. Wow. Some people might not know that the intro was initially played by Jose Feliciano on guitar, but his management had a problem with that. So it was later replaced by Earl Dumler's oboe due to some behind-the-scenes drama, you know what I mean? This song became one of the couple's most romantic staples, often played at weddings and other celebrations of love. Karen Carpenter's ethereal voice gives this song its timeless charm, and the lush arrangements by Richard Carpenter adds to his unforgettable impact. For All We Know has also been covered by legends like Shirley Bassey and Petulia Clark. Hey guys, all I remember is I was in elementary school when this song came out, but I didn't really hear it until I was a little older. When I heard it, I was a little confused by the title because I had heard the song For All We Know by Donny Hathaway. And I was like, what are the Carpenters doing here? But after hearing it and loving it, even though it's not my favorite Carpenter song, it still holds a nostalgic place in my heart and memory. Now here's another little tidbit a lot of people might know. Back in them days, the Carpenters were like number 1 at a point around 1971. You know, had come up with that Close to You and all that different stuff. And they were doing concerts. And they did this concert in Tucson, Arizona. And the funny thing is, you'd be surprised on how much things have changed, man. How much do you think it cost to go to see the Carpenters back in 1971? Take a guess. Well, if you said $50, I wouldn't disagree with you. But tickets back then were like $5.75, $4.75, and $3.75, depending on where you were sitting during that concert. When you think about it, that's crazy, man, ain't it? Yeah, man, a whole lot of things have changed, man. A whole lot of time has passed by. But one thing that hasn't changed, good music is always going to be good music. If it was a good song back then, it's a good song now. We're going to check out their version, Jim Wilkes and Tori Holub, and see what it sounds like and see how that thing is going. So let's do it.
Love, look at the two of us, strangers in many ways. We've got a lifetime to share, so much to say, and as we go from day to day, close to me, but time alone will tell. Let's take a lifetime to see. I knew you well, for only time will tell us so, and love may grow. For all we know.
Nice.
Love, look at the two of us,
Oh, man. All right, Tori. Man, Tori doing her thing again there. Oh, Jim playing some of everything. I know you had all those instruments in you, Jim. It looks like, sound like I heard a whirly. I think a whirly and Fender Rhodes and a piano, and saw you on the French horn and the oboe and everything like that, man. That's a lot of talent. Then Tori's vocal laying on top of it, a lot of talent in that song, man. A great rendition of that song. That sounds just like a theme from a movie. If you had never known that, just listen to the song. It sounds like it just needs to be in a movie. You know what I mean? I'm watching Tori mature by the moment. You know, every time I'm seeing her now in a video, I can see her maturity. Not just in the singing, which is important, but I can just see it in her face. I mean, she's a developing grown woman right here, man. And who knows what's going to happen in a few years, man. This is going to be a rich and strong voice. Who knows where she's going to go with it. But right now, she's basing it off a lot of what Karen was doing and stuff like that. If you close your eyes and listen to her, you wouldn't know the difference. I listened to the Karen Carpenter song because I wanted to know what I was listening for, because I hadn't heard that song in a long time. And I'm telling you right now that if you close your eyes, you couldn't really tell the difference between the two, man. She's got that voice down. And the good thing is, I really don't think Tori's trying to mimic Karen. I think that's her voice. She was born with that voice, and she's just singing. And it just so happens to sound like one of the greatest song singers in the world, Karen Carpenter. And she just happens to be lucky enough to be born with that voice. I don't think she just said one day, I'm going to be like Karen. She just started singing and developing. And probably somebody said to her, hey, you know, you sound like somebody I heard before. And it went from there, something like that, I'm pretty sure. I don't see a person trying to mimic Karen. I see a person being themselves. And they just so happen to sound exactly as Karen did. Great rendition. I got my hats off to the performances going on in that song. You know what I mean? Takes a lot of talent to play multiple instruments. I can't play multiple instruments. My weakest part was the wind instruments and stuff like that. But everything else I'm good on, you know what I mean? And I don't need to know how to play everything in the studio because I got all of the instruments I can play samples of, you know what I mean? But Jim is very talented, man. Y'all got to give him a hand for that. And I really appreciated that performance that they just put on. And I'm going to keep checking them out every time they do something good. Hopefully we can talk about it. If you appreciate that, let me know in the comments. Tell me what you think about it. Does she sound like Karen Carpenter like I think she does? Was it just in my imagination? Anyway, I hope y'all appreciate that. Come back to the Music Mindset channel. I'm Mr. Mindset. This is where we do this type of stuff, and I'll see you guys next time.